All right, Shalom, 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 Arya Dabar, aka Mayam Lua, excuse me, Mayam Lue. Um, Sorry for the technical difficulties, family. All praises to Yahweh God. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Kadashla Yahweh. Um, praise Yah, I'm able to do what I do and, bring out the information I bring out. It's going to be a short lesson, man, on Proverbs 9, specifically dealing with this quote unquote clamorous woman. All right. Um, because you do have these camps bring it out all the time, clamorous woman. A woman comes up and starts jabbering about stuff that contradicts what they believe or, whatever. Um, you know, so without further ado, let's get to this little short lesson, man. Sorry for the background noises. I'm on my truck. But anyway, here we go. Right, let me share my screen. Hold on one second. Um, Salakia, one second. Salak. Right. All right. So, where's the picture? I'm looking for. Oh, let me share my screen. Salak. Looking for a certain image though. Uh, I guess these will do. Um, yeah. So, like I was saying, the lesson is Proverbs 9. Woman. As you can see here, let me use this one. As you can see here, you have this woman, sitting on the seat, a seat, right? And the seat is like a representation of, like think of it as thought, right? Because you have rather your mind, right? Because when you deal with the mind, it has good thoughts and bad thoughts, right? Which essentially would translate to, you know, gold and copper, silver, nickel, refined copper, and just damaged brass, right? So, um, on each thought, like every thought is it's like it can either be good wisdom or bad wisdom, right? It can help you, it can hurt you. So think of, for example, right? If you're hungry and you want to, let's say you want something to eat, right? Then your next thought is, oh, I'm hungry, I want to go eat some dirt. It's not really not dirt, but poison ivy plant, right? It's not really a good thing to do. Something just far fetched, But it's a clamorous thought. It's silly, right? That's the point I'm making. But if you're hungry and you're like, oh, I want some pancakes. Well, go. What you're gonna do? You're gonna come up with other thoughts to or process on how to get these pancakes, right? So you don't want this kind of woman, this kind of thought, right? You don't want this kind of wisdom, right? So let me pull up this other image. Salaki, I didn't have this ready for y'all already. I was just trying to hurry up and get this started because I got to leave soon to go, work. But anyways, modest woman, right? You don't want that kind of woman, you know, modest apparel. Oops, apparel. Right? You don't want that kind of woman, right? You want something like this. She's dressed up, she's covered up, right? You know what I'm saying? She's covered up. You don't want this, right? She's got her breast out, you know, just yelling and you know what I'm saying, just yelling, right? So you don't want that, right? So let's get to it. Proverbs 9 verse 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing, right? So in other words, right, this wisdom, aka this base teaching, this woman is clamorous, which also means to be seductive, right? She's seductive, right? She's got the breast out, right? It's seductive, right? She looks good, right? But just because something looks good don't mean that what it is good, right? So you don't need you don't need a woman like this to be on your mind. You don't need this kind of wisdom on your mind, right? You don't need this wisdom sitting on the seat, right? You need this kind of wisdom, right? With coverings, right? She is simple and knoweth nothing, right? It's easy to eat something, that's given to you, right? Like it's easy to just sit outside dressed up as a hobo and hold your hands out, right? That's easy, you know. But somebody who goes out here and puts in time 11, 10, 8, 9 hours a day on the job just to eat, that's not it's not easy, right? So with this toil, putting in 10, 9, 11, 4 hours a day or better, in studies, like that's not easy, but it shows that you're willing to work for the real wisdom, for this real modest woman, right? A woman like this is not gonna say, "Oh, you're dressed nice and da 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 da." I see them, looking at the your pockets and whatnot. No, she's not looking on the outside. She's looking at your inward self, like how you say it and what you say, how you say it, right? The thoughts that proceed out of your mouth, right? Um, this other woman, she's right. She can be heard by anyone and everyone, right? She's heard by any and everyone, right? Everybody's heard of her, or she wants to be heard, so to speak. Metaphorically speaking, like this base knowledge, right? This knowledge these camps bring out, uh, a baby can learn it. Like how many times you see videos of little kids in classes and whatnot, just eating it up, But the deep mysteries, like a kid can get it, but they're not going to completely grasp all of it. You see what I'm saying? Um, right. You know, let me keep reading. Right. It says, "For she sitteth at the door of her house on a seat in the high places of the city, to call passengers who go right on their ways." Right. So basically, she's not dwelling. You're not dwelling in the house of wisdom, right? Anybody not dwelling in the house of wisdom can quote unquote hear this woman or be seduced by it, right? She when she seduces you, she confuses you. Like like a woman that just wants you for your money, right? She'll say any and everything just to get, she'll do any and everything just about just to get you what you want. And it's the same with certain thoughts you have. Like they come up all the time. It's like that thought in the back of your mind when you're trying to walk upright, right? And you got that one thought in your mind, like, go back to doing this. Go back to eating that pork. You know what I'm saying? Or go back to disobeying the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So that's this woman, right? She's always there, right? She's always in the mind, right? Because we're in a weak state, this fleshly state, right? Um, Especially when you're dealing with the temple, like you're trying to ascend from the altar and you're in the wilderness, like that woman is always going to be there, right? Um, so like she's simple and well known, and she doesn't want you to know or to perceive other woman, aka true wisdom, right? In Isaiah 4:1, when it says 7 women shall bring hold of one man, take hold of one man, it's the 7 pillars, right? Uh Verse 14, for she sitteth at the door of her house on a seat and in the high places of the city. Verse 15, to call passengers who go right on their ways, right? Who go right, which is Yashar, right? The men who are walking upright. She calls on them like she's whispering in the back of their minds. Like, that happens to everybody, even myself, to where you have these thoughts sometimes. Sometimes it's not that bad, and sometimes it's real bad, like so bad you feel the need to repent, Um, Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. And as for him that wanteth understanding, she saith to him, stolen waters are sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. But he knoweth not that the dead are there. Her guests are the depths of hell, right? So it's like she's sitting on your mind, right? And the door is always open, right? The door always open, meaning um like that opportunity for her. If she has an opportunity to pick her head out and make you go off, that's what she's gonna do, right? Like if she has the opportunity to, uh, to get you to lust or whatever, she's gonna do it, right? Um, she is easy to go back to, right? She's like that one girl you can always call when you want something, right? Something being, what, uh, right? When it says she's sitting in the high places, right? It's like she's sitting on the top of your mind with these, what I'm saying? Like she's sitting on the top of your mind, right? That's basically what she's doing, like the high places. Like think about it. The Torah is always dealing with the self, right? Time is dealing with the self. All right. So she's sitting on the mind, right? She's like, come back, come back. I got what you need. I got that good, what. You know what I'm saying? Right? She's on the top of your mind, with the tight clothes and the short shorts, right? Um, as it says, she's waiting in the city, right? You are Yasharal is the city, right? So you are Yasharal. You see what I'm saying? So, she's always in the city. You see what I'm saying? Um, to call passengers who go right on their way, as I just said, you walking up right, and she's there trying to bring you back left or bring you back down. You see what I'm saying? Whoso is simple, right? Let him turn in hither. As for him that wanteth understanding, she saith to him, stolen waters are sweet, right? So these stolen waters, they're like stolen water. It's like a deceitful teaching, right? Because water, it's like a deceitful spirit, right? Because water is, it's essence, right? It's urine, sperm, and it's the essence of man, right? It's the creation. Because sperm is like it's the creation of, you know what I'm saying? So, um, this stolen spirit, or excuse me, these deceitful spirits are sweet, right? Meaning, uh, right? These deceitful spirits are sweet, for example, you got what's a good example of something to see? Okay, like you are. Oh, I'm sorry, I had to scratch. I'm sorry, but you got for example, like let's say you wanted to smoke marijuana, right? And then someone brings you these leaves that look like marijuana, but it turns out to be poison ivy. You see what I'm saying? Or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's you know that's basically what it's going into, right? So you know what I'm saying? That's basically what it's going into with that. What was that? Verse 17. And bread eaten in secret is pleasant, right? So this bread is like it's supposed to be Torah, right? But this bread is like the bread of adversity. You see what I'm saying? Like it's stale. You know what I mean? It tastes, it's all molded, and it's not something you want to be eating. It's molded on the inside, but on the outside it looks good, right? About a deceitful spirit, right? And bread eaten in secret is pleasant. So it's like these teachings, right? Because bread is also symbolic for the word, which is teachings, right? So these teachings in a in secret is good for you. That's what she's trying to get you to believe, right? These this bread eaten in secret, these teachings place, right? It's pleasant. But he knoweth not that the dead are there and that her guests are in the depths of hell, right? So in other words, this woman here, right? She's not gonna lead you to. Let me pull this up too. She's not gonna lead you to this right here. Um, like this. Uh, Ark of the Covenant. She's not gonna lead you to Yahweh's box, right? The Ark of the Covenant, right? She's not gonna lead you to that golden mind state. She's gonna lead you to. Excuse me. Mm, right here, right? She's not gonna lead you to something like this. Leads you to let me go back. Let me go back to something else, right? She's not gonna lead you to that because that is something holy. Right? She's gonna lead you to something like this. Right? Because notice, right, notice how finely hewn this gold and beaten this gold is, right? How refined and tried it is, right? You see how each edge is just perfectly hewn. It's almost like like a brick. You see what I'm saying? But she's not gonna lead you to a perfectly hewn building. Come on, man. Lead you to something like this right here, right? It's gonna be rough, rigged, ragged. You know what I mean? Like you see, you can find stuff like this all the time. You know what I mean? But to get something like this or like this, someone like this, you got to put in work, man. To get this kind of wisdom, you got to put in work. You know, to get to a place like this, you got to put in work. You know, so like I said, it's gonna be a short lesson. So I hope y'all got edified, man. Call Allah Yahweh, call Allah Yahweh, call Allah Yahweh. Kudashla Yahweh, Kudashla Yahweh, Kudashla Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh. Shalom.